Alright guys, today is the day that the S54 goes into the E36, so let's get into it. Alright, so bad news. This is the wrong flywheel. And that's because this is a E36 M3 flywheel when you would think that's what's needed for the S54 swap, but with the 5-speed ZF trans, you actually need a E36 flywheel and pressure plate. So that needs to get returned, get my money back, buy the new one, and then trans could go back in. But since I'm impatient and I was really motivated on getting the engine in today, the engine is in minus the transmission. I'll put the transmission in later, but there it is. The only thing I'm worried about with this is if this freaking snorkel is going to fit or not under the hood. You kind of look, sticks up quite a bit. Alright, so getting a couple things knocked out on the E36 today. First being the steering rack. And what you want to do when putting that in is making sure that each shaft is the same length out. And with the micrometer, or the caliper, we got, where are we at here? 2.6 inches. Sorry, this boot's kind of in the way, but take my word on it, it's 2.6 on the other side. All right, so here's the tricky part. I have to keep this exactly where it's at. I can't have the shaft move on me. So, I mean, I did put a little mark right there, just so I know where center is. But the tricky part is, I don't have a steering wheel lock on this, on the ignition. So that moves the steering wheel. So I have to keep an eye on the steering wheel and then also try to line up the steering rack.
Tomorrow.
Alright, so got a little build update. I don't have much going on yet, but so far, got the oil cooler lines hooked up, threw a new filter for the oil filter in. Got the steering rack back in. Steering shaft's all hooked up, power steering line's all plumbed in. And next I'm just gonna start playing with this engine harness, see where everything's gonna get routed. Strip off shit I don't need, kind of like these big plastic housings, clean that up. So after that last clip, I did manage to get things wired up off camera, unfortunately, so let me take you through that. So overall, everything was really easy to do. I didn't have to like extend the harness. I didn't have to like shorten up anything either. Mainly just tucking away things the way I wanted to, throw like this sheathing on, which I'm going to have to order more of it. It helped a ton that I labeled every connector when I pulled it off the E36, but from there it runs up in the wiper cowl. That's going to connect to like the adapter harness and the DME. I already have the DME, but I do have to order the adapter harness in like hopefully next 2 weeks. But that's all I got for you guys this week. Not really sure what I have lined up next week, but I'll have something filmed. If you like the video, like the video. If you want to subscribe, make sure you subscribe.